Okay, this is the review of the A+ setups for, let's see, the week of March 25th. First, a very slow week, minus 0.5 R, so nothing inspiring there, but if anything, I have proven that I have some patience. For the month, 2.43 R. So, first A+ setup occurred early in the morning before I was available to take it, and it's 7:35 Eastern. So, but this is definitely an A+ setup. It's in the context of a bullish breakout. It's at a nice, decent zone. You've got nice short-term exhaustion, and you've got a little bit of a higher time frame exhausted as well, and that's definitely an A+ setup. There was another entry available in RTH, but given my rules, this was first test, this was second test, so I did not trade this, and but it's still part of this same sequence. Next we have this this little balance here. This is a breakout into a bigger balance. This is just a very short-term pullback that has a little bit of exhaustion. This is not an A+ setup. It's just something I noted as a possible trade where you could get a scale off and see what happens. This is a potential A+ setup. There was exhaustion into this 2-day balance resistance. This occurred around 8:30, so I was looking at this, but I wanted my stop, I think, up here, so it had to go further in order to be an entry. So I still think it's potential A+ setup. It didn't really meet the trade structure requirements. And then there's this setup I took, which is a pullback, which is, there is a zone here that makes sense. This is not really much exhaustion. It went from 5,300 to it's 12 points exhaustion. Not the best setup. It's not an A+ setup. It's really just 50-50. The pullback continuation occurred here. This, you could say, this is the small time frame pullback continuation, and this is the bigger one, and that is in alignment with this bigger swing. And there is, I think, all that going for it. I mean, this could have pulled back here and tried to continue up, but the bias is neutral. This is the middle of the range, so definitely not an A+ setup. Not perfect, not very good exhaustion, and it is first test of a newly created zone, but not A+. This occurred at basically on the close. There's nothing to do there. This there would be no fading in the last hour anyway. This is a potential pullback continuation with a larger time frame. Potential breakdown, failed breakdown in the context of bullish environment and a prior breakout. But this is an aggressive prediction type trade. This is not an A+ setup as far as I can see, in terms of this is very predictive, and I'm looking for more. Let's see, there's exhaustion from 80. There's only 10 points exhaustion here, so I'm looking for much more exhaustion and much more ability to just get the first scale and see what happens. So, interesting setup, but not an A+ setup. All right, this I think does qualify as an A+ setup. There was good exhaustion. You've got a neutral environment. It's doing first test of this breakdown and this RTH high where there was really good rejection the prior day, and there was a seller here all day yesterday, or this day, and would have been more ideal if it had gone a little higher, but there was a zone here that had good rejection. This was what I would say is an A+ setup, which would be more of a against the overnight strength, and so the way I had the trade structured was that it was going to all basically come out at 85. So it was structured in a way that I was taking this swing and strength into account, and just that there was high odds here on this trade of it pulling back. There was going to be market close down here. There was going to be an enormous gap, and there was definitely odds for some kind of easy first scale and then see what happens. And then this is the ideal setup of the week, I think, aside from this one, but this is the one that occurred in RTH anyway. There's really good exhaustion. It's first test of this area. It's with the potential larger time frame breakdown. The only issue is that it sliced through the uptrend, but I viewed this was the 5-minute failed breakdown trade, and this is the larger time frame failed breakdown trade. And so this is a great trade, and I fiddled around with my order and fucked it up, and that's unfortunate, but I am not going to do that anymore. This was another move into the close that was not fadeable in terms of no fading in the last hour. And then this was a test of the prior all-time high. There was this was like a holiday session. I really wasn't paying attention by this point. It was all the way at the end of the day, and there already had been a from 18 all the way down to, so there was already a scalable retracement from front of the zone. It does seem like it would probably be a good short, just in terms of that it was kind of a holiday. The session was narrow, and there's big data the prior day where the market's closed, and it's Friday, and there's no reason to take a lot of risk. So it's just the wrong time. It's 3:40 Eastern, so not an A+ setup. So really the only A+ setups available were here, here, and here. So there were 3 total, and there were some other okay opportunities that are not currently on my list, but those are the A+ setups for the week of March 25th.